gained 69, the Nasdaq plus 214, the S&P up 50 points. The price of Brent crude, the international standard, fell 2.1%. America's listening to Fox News.
From around the world, Trey Yingst, joining us from Tel Aviv, Israel. To Washington.
I'm Mike Emanuel.
To your own backyard. If a story impacts you or your wallet, we're on it. It's the Fox News Rundown. We give every story the deeper look it deserves with must-listen interviews and smart analysis from the voices you can trust. Start your day with the Fox News Rundown. Listen and follow now at foxnewsrundown.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey, this is Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. Every Tuesday, you'll hear what's on my mind. Plus, every Thursday, there's a special bonus episode where we answer the questions that are on your mind. Make sure to spend your Tuesdays and Thursdays with Trey. Subscribe now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts. Hope to see you.
America's listening to Fox News.
The former Army private accused of setting a fire outside a federal building in Manhattan has appeared in court.
Andrew Arabaka entered a plea of not guilty to arson charges. He is accused of setting a fire outside the Jacob K. Javits federal building in Lower Manhattan in July. Prosecutors say Arabaka started planning his attack in January when he traveled to upstate New York and Pennsylvania to purchase a pellet gun, BB gun, and fireworks. They say he told investigators he had considered other locations in New York City before deciding on the employee entrance at 26 Federal Plaza. Surveillance video shows a man in a helmet lighting fireworks, pouring gasoline onto a stairwell and lighting it, then firing a BB gun before a security guard tackles him. In New York City, Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Arabaka is due back in court in December. A federal civil rights agency dropping a subpoena enforcement action against Nike over its hiring and diversity practices.
7 months after the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission asked a federal court to force Nike to comply with a subpoena seeking information about its diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, the agency's backing off. In a court filing, the EEOC said Nike has now provided the requested documents and information. EEOC Chair Andrea Lucas launched the investigation herself in 2024 as part of her broader scrutiny of corporate DEI policies, alleging Nike discriminated against white employees. Nike declined to comment on the dismissal, but had argued in court the subpoena amounted to a fishing expedition. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
The UK's recorded its hottest day of the year with temperatures hitting 100.6 degrees Fahrenheit in West London. Britain and France experiencing their fifth heat wave of the year. Drought conditions are spreading and authorities remain on high alert for wildfires. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
Time saver traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
We still have some congestion on I-10 eastbound near Government after an accident was moved out of the roadway. We're also noticing congestion east on I-10 starting at Broad heading into the tunnel in Mobile. Watch for an accident Tanner Williams Road at Big Creek Lake Dam. And still slow on I-10 westbound approaching the tunnel. Stalled vehicle was moved to the right shoulder.
This report is sponsored by Discover. With the Discover Cashback Card, it's payback time when you earn cash back on everyday purchases. Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases. It pays to Discover. See discover.com/5 for details.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
News Radio 710.
And now, live from Mobile.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I really do appreciate you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I really do. I have a list of things that I'm grateful for, and you are on the list. You as a listener, you're on the list. You're near the top of the list of things that I'm grateful for in my life. Of course, I'm grateful for family and friends and having a job and fried chicken and air conditioning. And my boss, the last few years, they have been buying a really good high-quality toilet paper up here. It's really good. It's not like it used to be just like the cheapest stuff they could find. The last few years, it's been outstanding. It has been very good. It's made me even rethink my own purchasing for what I buy at home. But you're on that list. You're on that list along with the fried chicken and the toilet paper and all that kind of stuff. I really do appreciate you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Here we are together once again, just the two of us trying to figure out what is going on. We got a lot to talk about on the Uncle Henry Show today. Telephone number, if you'd like to phone something in, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, if you'd like to send an old-fashioned electronic mail message, you can email me, Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com. That's Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com. Now, among all the things we can talk about, there was a story that, yes. Oh, wait, before I talk about that, Shelby Mitchell of 95 KSJ is coming in the studio to retrieve personal items. Now, the people listening on the radio can't see that you're posing for the camera.
I am.
She's doing, I don't know what these are, hand gestures. Oh, getting onto the microphone. Is there something that you need to tell the people or would like to tell the people?
Just, hey, I'm going to the Jag Gals social.
Oh, the Jag Gals social.
Yeah, the sports social. And I believe we're going to meet some coaches and rally up the Jags.
Okay, so this is this big event that they do for the Jags to, I guess, just to raise money for the Jag Gals, and the Jag Gals support all the athletics.
That's right, not just football.
Not just football.
Yep.
The other sports that nobody cares about, they do.
Stop it! Everyone
cares.
There's tennis and stuff like that. Yeah.
There's stuff like that, but we're talking about the people, the masses, the majority of people support. It would be like football.
Probably, but you know what? It's equal. It's equal for all, and it's very exciting. And I just like to be back on campus at my alma mater.
Okay, all right. So yes, Shelby Mitchell, one of her many accomplishments in life is getting a degree at the University of South Alabama.
Two, actually. Thank you.
Every time there's layoffs in the radio industry, we talk about our credentials.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
It probably wouldn't allow me to do anything, but, it's nice to have on my wall.
It is. It's nice to have credentials. People do respect credentials, especially people my age. All right, well, I hope you give my best to the Jag Gals.
I will. Thank you.
And if any coach says something fun, let us know about it.
I will.
And while you're here.
Yes, sir.
And I've got all these news items I'm going to get into.
Okay.
Anything you want to tell the News Radio 710 listeners about what's going on at 95 KSJ? Is there anything going on that you want people to know about?
Oh, my gosh. Do you think that your listeners would like to go see Ella Langley at Auburn?
I think some of them would, yes.
Okay.
Some of them would.
We have 2 ways to win. Sort of. It's actually one way, but we split it up and it sounds like 2 ways. But if you just go to our website at 95ksj.com, you can check it out. But also, if you ever listen on the TalkBack mic, on the app, you tap the TalkBack mic, you can leave us messages for anything. But if you leave Ella Langley a message, I'm going to make sure that she gets them. And she's not picking who gets to go. That's random. But it's just still kind of fun to play.
Okay, so that is at 95ksj.com. In fact, you should go to our websites and look on the contest pages because there's always stuff you can enter to win. News Radio 710 listeners win a lot of tickets.
Yeah, they do, and we love that. We got some of the oldies. We had Alabama. We gave a lot of those away. Josh Turner is coming to Pensacola. Very excited about that. We have somebody else that I can't remember, but just keep checking the contest page.
Oh, yes. She can't remember because there's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many.
And I have brain fog, but that's another story.
Okay. All right. Well, Shelby, thank you for talking.
Thank you for having me on, Uncle.
On the Uncle Henry Show.
I'm going to grab my purse now.
She's returned to the studio because she had left her belongings behind in her mad dash to get out to be at the Jag Gals social fundraising event. So goodbye. There she goes, Shelby of 95 KSJ. Now, I was about to tell you a story. will relate a story to you. All I'm going to be doing is just relating what I have read. This is a story from the Mobile newspaper Lagniappe. And if you want to find the story yourself, I know they've already got it out on social media. And you can go to their website. It's spelled like it sounds, lagniappemobile.com, lagniappemobile.com. They've got a story written by Grant McLaughlin this afternoon that I find quite intriguing. This is an intriguing, thought-provoking story. And it's about two elected officials in Mobile County had a disagreement where one of them is claiming that he was physically threatened by the other elected official. Now, this is the mayor of Sims. The mayor of Sims, Brandon Van Hook. He was at a personnel hearing yesterday, and also attending that personnel hearing was Mobile County Public School Commissioner Johnny Hatcher. They were about at this hearing. This hearing was about the coach of Mary Montgomery being, the football coach of Mary Montgomery High School being transferred somewhere else, and they were having an appeal of the transfer, something like that. Anyway, both of these men were at the hearing, and the mayor of Sims, Brandon Van Hook, told Lagniappe that he has filed a police report with the Mobile police saying that the school commissioner Hatcher allegedly threatened to assault him. They were in a room alone with each other. So this is two different sides to the story, of course. Now, Lagniappe talked to both of them, and Commissioner Hatcher told Lagniappe that the two got into a verbal dispute. Here is a quote from Commissioner Hatcher. He said, "He and I had a spirited conversation," and maybe that's what they're talking about. What he and I talked about was a little personal. I'd rather not speak on that, to be honest with you, end quote. So Mr. Hatcher doesn't really want to talk about what they were talking about. But the mayor of Sims, Mayor Van Hook, he said that once the personnel hearing was over, this is his side of the story. These are all the allegations. This is allegedly. The mayor of Sims, Mayor Van Hook, this is all from the Lagniappe story. Go to lagniappemobile.com. Their great work here. Mayor Van Hook said once the hearing was over that Commissioner Hatcher asked to speak with him in a private room, and then he asked Mayor Van Hook if he had a problem with him. And this is the quote from Mayor Van Hook. Mayor Van Hook said, "I said, as a matter of fact, I do. And as soon as I did, he was face to face with me. And he said, well, the door's shut. You can do something about it." Then it became a shouting match. And Mayor Van Hook says, quote, "At the end of it, I said, let's get a witness. I went to open the door. He stopped me, got about an inch from my face, and decided he was going to put his fist up in my face and told me he was going to beat my fat A-word," end quote. Now that is Mayor Van Hook's side of the story. This is two men in a room, no witnesses. Commissioner Hatcher told Lagniappe, quote, "I didn't threaten him. I educated him. I informed him that, I'd really rather not even speak on that," end quote. So that's all we know. Thank you to Lagniappe for the coverage. The mayor of Sims said to Lagniappe he has not yet decided whether to file charges in all of this. Lagniappe does report, according to some who attended the hearing, shouting could be heard in the hallway outside. All right, well, none of us, the public, know what happened in the room. Just that two men had a disagreement that got loud. We don't know if there were fists put in faces or not, or if there was somebody's rear end was accused of being fat and all that. We don't know. But I will say that because this involved, I've spent a lot of time in my life out in the Sims, Fairview, Wilmer area. Lived out there for many years and spent a lot of time out there. Spent a lot of time in the Sims, Fairview, Wilmer area. Went back in many of the dirt roads of the Fairview and Wilmer area. In fact, I knew a guy that lived out in Wilmer. Once something broke. I think he was driving an old Datsun or something back in the 1970s or early 80s. This guy, remember, something broke with his steering wheel. I think he used pliers to steer his Datsun. Yes, rustic people that can drive a car using pliers, kind of people. That's the Sims, Fairview, Wilmer area. And so hearing that elected officials got into a situation where somebody allegedly threatened to beat your fat A word or something, I'm not surprised. Look, a lot of arguments have been settled in the Sims, Fairview, Wilmer area, and in this form, in this fashion, people getting together privately, trying to hash things out, and then when things don't get hashed out verbally, then perhaps a fist gets involved. This is again, this is based on my experiences out there. This has happened on numerous occasions out in that part of the county. So, well, I'll have to wait and see. If they go ahead and press charges or what happens, or if there are more details out from this. We've heard more from Mayor Van Hook than we have from Commissioner Hatcher about what was said. Although the school commissioner said, I didn't threaten him, I educated him. And that's what we want, education to be on the mind of the people that are on the school board. We certainly do. All right, there's more to come. If you want to find out more about this story, go to Lamiac. It's spelled like it sounds. LamiacMobile.com has the story. And all those details written and reported by Grant McLaughlin. All right, there is more to come as the Uncle Henry Show continues. But first, let's take a very brief dadgum break.
Or you could even finish this commercial.
He's right. RockAuto.com. Parts when you need them.
All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Uncle Henry here to remind you that your home's equity can be used to improve your home, and that could increase your home's value. Investing in a new HVAC system or energy-efficient windows can help you save money now, and it could be attractive to future home buyers. Gulf Coast Federal Credit Union can help you with a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. Call them at 251-438-7464 or apply at gulfcoastfcu.org. That's Gulf Coast Federal Credit Union. Loans subject to approval on approved credit. See website for membership details. NMLS number 440571.
Healthy, beautiful skin starts with the right care. At Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center, our board-certified dermatologists combine experience and technology to help you achieve your healthiest, most confident look. Whether it's advanced laser treatments, medical-grade skincare products, or today's most effective cosmetic procedures, we have personalized solutions for you. This month, save $25 off laser hair removal and $200 off SmartGraft hair transplantation. Schedule today by calling Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center or visit advanceddermclinic.com.
Skies will be partly cloudy overnight tonight with humid conditions, lows in the mid-70s. We heat back up into the mid-90s tomorrow on your Friday with a heat advisory in effect. Heat index values between 108 and 110 are possible for the Gulf Coast. I'm Fox 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith for this iHeartRadio station.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll explain how a divided room during the American Revolution found unity in a single prayer. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword festival to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's festival to 200-200.
Hi, I'm Lourdes Stefan, host of Univision's Sal y Pimienta. Cancer treatment can steal your beauty, confidence, and self-esteem. It causes changes in your skin and your hair.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM. News headlines coming up in less than 10 minutes. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That is unclehenry@iheartmedia.com if you'd like to send an old-fashioned electronic mail message. So we had our primary earlier this week, and now we are set. We are set now, heading into voting in November. And I don't know if there are going to be any surprises between now and then in the governor's race. Let you know that Doug Jones, the Democrat candidate for governor, he was campaigning in Montgomery. I think it was yesterday. I've got a brief report on Doug Jones campaigning in Montgomery. Let's learn together. Let's listen together about what happened. He did some kind of a town hall with all the leftists, the left-leaning folk up there. Let's listen. This is from WSFA in Montgomery.
Democratic candidate for governor of Alabama, Doug Jones, brought his campaign to Montgomery today. Jones was joined by State Representative Philip Insler, who's running for lieutenant governor, and Congressman Shamari Figures, who's running for a re-election in District 2. They hosted a town hall at Resurrection Catholic Missions Church. And
now, you hear all the enthusiastic people in the background. I apologize for not being able to show you video. Radio, been around a long time. We still haven't figured out how to do the video part. But I've asked the engineers about it, and they're looking into it. But for now, still no video. But I'll tell you, there was an enthusiastic crowd on the video. A lot of women there. In fact, the women, how to describe, they looked like, if you were to look, well, the name Gladys Kravitz, that is the name that pops into my head, Gladys Kravitz. Like a lot of women that resemble different life stages of Gladys Kravitz, if you know who I'm talking about. So a lot of Gladys Kravitzes are there in the audience. All right, back to the story as a bunch of Democrats talking to people in Montgomery.
They hosted a town hall at Resurrection Catholic Missions Church and fielded all sorts of questions on topics that ranged from health care access to data centers to expanding Medicaid in the state.
But what we're trying to do...
All right, here we go. Here's a little Doug Jones for you.
Is to make sure that folks know that their state government makes a huge difference. That's what funds education. That's what builds your roads. That's what's doing all of the things with mental health. That's how.
Now, I think he just told us, I'm not as bright as you are, so I may be slower at picking up on this. I think he just told us that we've got to let people know that the government does things. Is that what I think that's what he just said. We've got to let people know that there is a state government. And it does things.
Different. That's what funds education. That's what builds your roads. That's what's doing all of the things with mental health.
Really? I had no clue that the state had something to do with all that stuff. Now, what is he saying? That there's a government? the state level?
That their state government makes a huge difference. That's what funds education. That's
what really?
What builds your roads.
Really?
That's what's doing all of the things with mental health. That's how we're going to get Medicaid expanded. It's how we're going to get a lottery. So
I guess he's saying they need to reach people that are so stupid they don't even realize there's a state government doing things.
We're hoping that as the more of these that we can do, we can get people engaged, and they can get not just them, but get their friends, their family, and their neighbors to come out to vote. So that's the whole key. Boots on the ground, November 3rd.
Jones pointed out the differences in his campaign compared to his opponent Tommy Tuberville's campaign. Jones says he's opposed to data centers and in favor of Medicaid expansion. Republican Tommy Tuberville has said Medicaid expansion would be too expensive, and he's in favor of data centers because they would create economic development.
All right. Now, on the Medicaid expansion, this is something that came up back when Governor Dr. Bentley, you remember Governor Dr. Bentley. You might have liked him once. Now, the reason Medicaid expansion was offered to the states back when he was the governor, and he was our first governor to say no. And the reason he gave, I thought was pretty good, which was that for the first few years, the federal government came in and helped out a lot. But as each year went by, under that proposal, I don't know what it would be like now, but back when it was Governor Dr. Bentley, the federal government would help out a lot in the first few years, but then more and more of the cost would be transferred on to the state. So Medicaid expansion means more of your Alabama tax dollars going to Medicaid. And I of course, I believe health care is important too, but think about all the other things in the state that you wished would be funded that haven't been. Just something to think about. Now, and on the data centers, I'm still weighing the pros and cons on data centers. I do know I don't want to be near one. I don't want to live near one. I know I don't want to. But if they generate a lot of tax revenue, there are some places in the state that might want them, like Pritchard. Now, I know that Pritchard, I think they may have had some kind of meeting today on a proposed data center for Pritchard. But Pritchard really they need a lot of help. They maybe should want to lure in more than one data center, just so they can afford to have a police department or something. So anyway, Doug Jones campaigning in Montgomery, and you heard from what he had to say. The message in these town halls is you've got to actually let people know that there's a state government that does things. All right. Good luck with that. That would be trying to reach people that just don't know anything, and that can be a challenge. Because I don't know, people that don't know that the state government exists and it does things. I don't know what they're doing right now. I don't know what they're paying attention to. Probably watching videos on TikTok about banana milk or stuff like that. 251-479-2723, the telephone number here on the Uncle Henry Show. Oh, and I see that it is time. It is time for a news break. We have more Uncle Henry Show coming up after we check news headlines and get some words from our sponsors. Back after the break.
Demands, including reparations. Vice President J.D. Vance on Fox says Iran is not committed to peace.
The Iranians sometimes make commitments that they don't honor. They make a deal, they don't honor the deal.
Energy Secretary Chris Wright says 9 million barrels of oil are coming through the strait every day, but data from analytics firm Kepler shows traffic is at a 3-month low. The Republican Senate race in South Carolina is now a runoff between Senator Darlene Graham and Congressman Ralph Norman. Norman on Fox Business says he thinks Graham just doesn't have the experience.
It's interesting that, she's never had a record. I like her, but it's somebody that is not, you can't train on the job with something this important.
Senator Graham took on her role as senator following her brother Senator Lindsey Graham's passing in July. America is listening to Fox News.
Millions across the Midwest and Ohio Valley are bracing for another round of severe storms. Indiana's under a level 3 flood threat, but Governor Mike Braun there has declared a statewide disaster emergency. That system's forecast to move over Illinois and Indiana through this evening. In Hawaii, officials are urging residents to finalize their storm preparations as Tropical Storm Lala moves toward the islands. The National Hurricane Center forecasts the storm will get stronger and could be near hurricane strength when it nears the Big Island on Saturday. Forecasters say Lala will likely produce 5 to 10 inches of rain, with isolated totals reaching 20 inches. Reports say the accused killer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, Luigi Mangione, will plead guilty to federal charges. That from several reports, Mangione faces stalking charges resulting in the death of Thompson and could be sentenced to life in prison if convicted. Mangione's New York State murder trial in the case is set to start next month. I'm Scott Carr.
And a major crash is cleared now on I-10 eastbound at Government Boulevard in Mobile. However, now we're seeing heavy congestion eastbound on the Bayway from I-65 to the Eastern Shore at an extra 23 minutes of drive time. Also, we did have a disabled tractor trailer westbound in the tunnel. That was cleared out of the tunnel. Still some slowing near the Causeway exit.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Hey, Uncle Henry here, and I've got two people with me who know how to help you make sense of your money. John McNeil and Virginia O'Brien from Mobile Bay Financial Solutions.
Thanks, Uncle Henry. With the economy continuing to shift, there's never been a more crucial time to take control of your financial future. Whether you're planning for retirement or just trying to protect what you've built, we're here to help you do it with confidence.
That's right. We're local, we're trusted, and we're ready to guide you through uncertain times. Call us today at 251-666-5000 for a free financial checkup. That's 251-666-5000. Let's make sure your money is working as hard as you are.
Mobile Bay Financial Solutions. Smart planning right here at home.
Advisory services offered through Mobile Bay Financial Services, LLC, an Alabama-registered investment advisor. We can offer investment advice in states where we are registered, exempt, or excluded from registration. The material contained herein should not be construed as an offer or solicitation for investment advice, securities, insurance, or other investment products.
You don't pay for iHeartRadio. Our advertisers do. That's why it's always been and always will be 100% free. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan, for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Teachers make a difference each and every day. Now's your chance to say thanks. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding public school teacher who goes above and beyond for students. They could be one of our $5,000 winners for classroom supplies and resources. Teachers give so much. Now it's our turn to give back. Nominate a teacher now at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
The Uncle Henry Show continues here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you so much for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Telephone number is 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Today, not just a regular Thursday, today is also International Left-Handers Day. Yes, a day to commemorate left-handed people and to celebrate left-handed people. So if you're a left-handed person, congratulations to you, I guess. Hope you've enjoyed International Left-Handers Day. Now, I saw a bunch of characteristics of left-handed people. I saw a list of this morning, and a lot of this I'd never heard before, and I'm wondering if it's true. I don't even know exactly what the source is on this. Let me see if I can find the source on a lot of this. Good Housekeeping. That's where you know what? What a great source for information. Good Housekeeping. I didn't know they still existed. But Good Housekeeping, this is what they say about left-handed people. I'd never heard any of this stuff before. They claim that left-handed people are more prone to allergies. Never heard that. That left-handed people have more vivid dreams. I've never heard that. And get this. They claim that left-handed people are more likely to drink more often. Yes, this is the claim. The source, Good Housekeeping. Left-handed people allegedly are more likely to drink more often. Now, I've never heard that left-handed people were more likely to drink more often. Now, if this is true, if it were true, wouldn't capitalism have already provided special drinking products for left-handed people? Some type of left-handed brew, left-handed cocktails? Wouldn't they'd have something just to appeal to the market. Maybe an entrepreneur out there can have special left-handed mugs, left-handed shot glasses, left-handed koozies or drink huggers, something like that. This just sounds like they made it up. I'm not accusing Good Housekeeping of making it up. It just sounds like it did. It sounds a little weird to me. More allergies and also more likely to drink more often. All right, well, there's something to think about. If you got left-handed kids, that's just something to think about. Might start training them early. 251-479-2723, the telephone number here on the Uncle Henry Show. Now, back to, talked about Doug Jones in the last segment of the show, having his town hall with his strategy of reaching people that are too dumb to know that state government exists. I have a story from NBC 15. A lot of people have forgotten that there's a news department over there at NBC 15, but Andrea Ramey, she's still over there, still doing good. And they have a story about Jerry Carl, who won his primary. He's going to be running against a Democrat, Clyde Jones. They're running for Congress. And Clyde Jones has challenged Jerry Carl to a debate. And Jerry Carl told NBC 15 News that he will not accept the debate challenge. Here's a quote from Jerry Carl to NBC 15. He says, quote, A debate only brings life to the Democrats' socialist platform. We feel confident in our ability to bring our America First and Alabama values ideas directly to the Alabama voters. We will not commit to any debates at this time, end quote. So Jerry Carl, and first of all, I'm glad he gave a statement right away, because if he didn't, we'd keep hearing about, will they debate? Are they going to debate? So he said no. Now, you know, years ago, I probably would have been one of those people that thinks, wow, it'd be nice if we could have them both there and debate, just so we can hear, just as citizens, just so we can all be educated, just hear from both sides, have them both present their ideas. That would have been me years ago. But now, in 2026, I can't imagine that I would want to watch. I can't imagine that I would want to watch it unless for comedic value, because just in the current political climate of the country, haven't most voters figured out already who they would want to vote for just based on the political party, especially in Alabama, especially in that congressional district? Wouldn't you say that most likely voters have figured it out? That there's a lot of Republicans, for example, that have already made a personal decision that they will never vote for a Democrat ever again under any circumstance. So it seems like it would be a big waste of time for a lot of people, especially for Jerry Carl. And also, with him likely to do so well, the only thing that could potentially happen would be that it could hurt him. If he accidentally said something he didn't want to say or something like that. So, no debate. That's where I feel like that's kind of where we are with a lot of these races, at least in the state of Alabama. People have already figured out what party they're going to go for, and it's almost like the person that ends up as the nominee isn't as important. You may feel completely different about this, but I think Jerry Carl saved a lot of time. Now we're not going to have to hear. Well, we'll hear about the Democrat complaining that he's not getting a debate. And maybe some people, maybe there'll be a few editorials written about how bad it is that there's not a debate. But how many people could be swayed by one? I don't think that many. Again, 251-479-2723, the telephone number here on the Uncle Henry Show. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, I have received a voicemail message that is not political that I want to share with you. This is one of my favorite topics. I've gotten another roadkill report. Now, this is not a snake trapper roadkill report. Now, when we usually get roadkill reports on the Uncle Henry Show, they come from snake trapper most of the time. And he's given us lists of certain types. You remember, if you're a longtime listener, he was devoted to trying to save the possums from getting hit by cars. He recently found some kind of what kind of animal did he find? I can't remember, but he found some kind of a pet. An exotic animal that had been run over out there. This call is not from Snake Trapper, but I'm going to save that voicemail because I do have living callers. Hello, caller.
Hey, Uncle Henry, how you doing, sir?
Cliff, you are live on the radio.
Uncle Henry, with everything that's going on, I think that the Democrat Party is still believing that they got a whole lot of people that's going to vote one way, no matter what. Now, a lot of people that, are awake because we are starting to believe that maybe the Democrat Party, the politicians really think black folks are stupid because of some of the stuff they try to make them believe or do. And it's getting old.
Well, but do you see any difference in the way people are going to vote? Even if the stuff's getting old, people still have their habits.
Not a whole. Well, let me say this. I have never seen as many black folks. I mean, it's surprising me that it seemed like I want to use the term, but let me use the term woke or waking up now, because we're seeing stuff that, really doesn't add up and doesn't make any sense. Like voter ID, black people too stupid to get IDs, when we actually know that the ID thing is to get the new black and poor illegal alien Democrat voters to vote. It has nothing to do with black people. We know that reparations only come around, or anything like that free coming around, when they need black votes. But black people never, all we ever end up with is a load of the Democrat, stuff. And so they're kind of waking up, because they're seeing all this stuff that's going on here. They're spending billions right now still on lawyering up, legal fees, transportation. All this money is still going to illegal aliens. The money that they're paying for the riots, to get the people out there in the street. Some people are making good money doing this stuff, and they transporting them all around the country and stuff. A lot of people are waking up, and then, you got a lot of terminally ignorant black folk, but a lot of them are waking up again.
Well, for people that wake up that have been in the Democrat Party, are they more likely to just not vote or vote for a Republican?
Well, you got a point. Some people just won't, just refuse to vote because it don't seem like, what you call that, not disenfranchised, but they just give up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of, we've had examples in both political parties of people running for office and, of course, not doing what they said they were going to do. So a lot of voters feel completely disenchanted with all of it.
Well, my last thing, a whole lot of us are saying that the excuse that they give most black people for not being able to do anything and making wrong decisions and ending up in prison is racism. We starting to wake up and see that, we are killing each other like rats, and nobody in the Democrat Party or any other party will spend any money on anything having to do with stopping violence. Like, you never see Black Lives Matter, anybody go to Chicago, to Black Hebrew, nobody. But if something they think is amiss, you got all these race hustlers, ambulance chasers, all these people, when they think some white person has something to do with a black person dying, they all out for the news and everything, except for when a black child gets shot, like I say, in the bed, sleep, grandmom's dying, bullets flying everywhere. They do not care, because they don't care. This is just another way of doing a Margaret Sanger thing. We are getting rid of each other for them also. You have a blessed day, Uncle Henry.
Cliff, thank you so much for your phone call to the Uncle Henry Show. I've got to slip in a quick break. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes here with more Uncle Henry Show.
Eastbound on the Bayway from I-65 to the Eastern Shore, at an extra 23 minutes of drive time. Also, we did have a disabled tractor trailer westbound in the tunnel. That was cleared out of the tunnel. Still some slowing near the causeway exit.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oh, that grinding and squealing. What are you going to do about that?
Time for new brakes. The chain store never has what I need.
No worries. Go to RockAuto.com for name brands at lower prices.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Want more than just awareness for your business? An iHeartRadio Music Festival partnership can help your business drive action with sweepstakes, ticket giveaways, and more. Make your business part of the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Call 844-844-iHeart.
Healthy, beautiful skin starts with the right care. At Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center, our board-certified dermatologists
dermatologists combine experience and technology to help you achieve your healthiest, most confident look. Whether it's advanced laser treatments, medical-grade skincare products, or today's most effective cosmetic procedures, we have personalized solutions for you. This month, save $25 off laser hair removal and $200 off SmartGraft hair transplantation. Schedule today by calling Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center or visit advanceddermclinic.com.
Some apps say they're free, then come the fees. Not the iHeart app. It's 100% free. No required subscriptions to access the best live radio stations, free playlists, podcasts, and more. Download the free iHeart app today.
iHeartRadio. For more information about contests on this station, go to newsradio710.com/rules.
Skies will be partly cloudy overnight tonight with humid conditions, lows in the mid-70s. We heat back up into the mid-90s tomorrow on your Friday with a heat advisory in effect. Heat index values between 108 and 110 are possible for the Gulf Coast. I'm Fox 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith for this iHeart Radio station.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Calling all nonprofit organizations. The NASCAR Day Give-A-thon is back for 2024. What's that, you ask? It's a national campaign to help nonprofit organizations raise funds to support their local missions. By signing up for the Give-A-thon, you gain access to a national marketing campaign to build visibility and donations for your nonprofit at no cost to you. And as a bonus, special incentives and prizes will be announced along the way to help you maximize your efforts. Visit NASCARDayGiveathon.org to sign up today.
Uncle Henry Show moving forward. We have news headlines coming up in less than 10 minutes. Then more Uncle Henry Show. Hello, caller.
Uncle Henry.
Yes.
Do you remember when Trump and Biden had a debate?
I do.
And every Democrat in the United States rolled over and thought they were fixing to die?
Yes.
You cannot tell me a debate cannot change the whole United States in a matter of an hour.
Well, now that is an excellent point. Yes. Now that debate, because of somebody having a bad medical issue, as in being unfortunately out of their mind, you're right. That is a debate that did change minds. You're absolutely right.
I mean, a Democrat said I'll vote Republican before I vote for a fool. I mean, that's just all there was to it.
Well, so maybe we should just have the debates just in case.
Just in case, because everybody else had lied until we got to see it for ourselves.
Well, thank you for bringing up an excellent point.
I appreciate you. You have a good one, man.
You too. Thank you very much for your phone call. I try not to remember that debate. And what about? And I'm uncontrollably. I cannot stop myself from reflecting on that entire election cycle, and it's almost giving me the heebie-jeebies. All right, look. Before I'm out of time, I promised I have a new roadkill report that was voicemailed in. If you'd like to send a voicemail to the show, that number's 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show.
Dang, this here is different. Here, traveling northbound DIP right across from the Hop In gas station, just south of Palmer Pillings Middle School. Old coyote ran right across front of me, Henry. Almost ran over. Henry, that would have been the first coyote roadkill I've seen on the parkway in all of my 48 years. But, Henry, I was able to slow down, and that was a wily coyote, and he made it across 4 lanes of traffic. I mean, by the skin of his teeth, Henry. I mean, man, that coyote almost bought the farm, to use a slang term.
Okay.
But, Man, I have lived down.
I'm sorry to pause, but I just have to. He got me to thinking. He mentioned Wile E. Coyote, which was wonderful entertainment. Now, once upon a time, we had wonderful entertainment for our children. Roadrunner and the Coyote, Sylvester and Tweety. These were all. What happened to good stuff like that? Why does it all have to be weird now? And didn't I see? Are they making a movie about the Coyote? I might have to. If it's not, I'm sure they're going to make it weird because it's modern. But I'm going to have to find out if it's any good, because even at my advanced age, I could probably enjoy a Wile E. Coyote movie.
Farm, to use a slang term. But, man, I have lived down here on this part of the parkway my whole life, Henry. I have mentioned it before that I am multi-generational parkway trash, and I can tell you this, I ain't never seen the coyotes ever before on the parkway, but I have sure never seen as many as I have in the past year. Anyway, Henry, you have a good day.
Buford, thank you for that well, I guess it wasn't really a roadkill report. It was an almost roadkill report. Telephone number to leave a voicemail, 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the listeners of the Uncle Henry Show. All right, going to take a timeout for news headlines. Then there's more Uncle Henry Show coming up. I got more news items I want to get into. Also, I'm going to spend just a few minutes talking to country music singer Josh Turner. That's all coming up on the Uncle Henry Show.